English culture has an anxiety around sex that makes the job of teaching it a sensitive and contentious one. I'm Claire Barr, and I've been teaching sex education for 10 years. I'm in the Netherlands to find out what's different about how they do sex education here. By far the most widely used sex education programme for 12 to 15-year-olds in the Netherlands is Long Live Love. Subsidised by the Dutch government, the Long Live Love programme was developed in the early 90s in response to the threat of HIV and AIDS. To see how it works, I've come to the Print School up in the north of Holland, where a group of students is about to experience Long Live Love for the very first time. Print is known as a vocational school because it caters for students who are more practical than academic. Between 60 and 70% of all vocational schools in Holland deliver Long Live Love because it's their students who are statistically more likely to practice unsafe sex.
The Long Live Love program consists of a magazine for students, a video with 6 parts, and a teacher's pack. And the topics are falling in love, first lesson. The second lesson is about going steady. The third lesson is about the first time and how far will you go. The fourth is about safe sex. After that, lesson 5 is about condoms and birth control pills. And the last lesson, lesson 6, is how to behave in difficult situations. Every lesson comes with a little bit of video.
And for every teacher planning to deliver Long Live Love, there's the opportunity to attend 2 training sessions and learn how to adapt the programme to meet the needs of their particular students.
Jammer dat ze niet mee mogen.
First up, Inga takes her pupils to the school library, where she gets them working from a staggering selection of more than 30 books on sex education.
The purpose of this activity is that I want them to find reliable sources instead of on porno sites on the internet where they can find loads of rubbish. And here in the school library, you know that what you're reading is actually true and you can trust that information.
And it's all useful stuff, even for the most inexperienced lover. How about 12 tips for the perfect kiss? All right.
Yeah? Yeah. For example, it says avoid nasty smells, take a bath, and here it says relax and look into each other's eyes. Bend your head a little and look at each other. Put your lips on the other person's lips. Make a slow circular movement with your tongue and keep breathing, especially through your nose. Let your tongue discover things, the whole mouth.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And the last part is, congratulations, you're a kiss expert. Keep practicing.
Keep practicing.
Yes.
Back in class, the children test each other on what they've learnt.
They will have little boards, A, B, C, and talk about it, decide what their group answer is going to be, and then put it up there. And then we see who gets the most questions correctly.
Wat voor stoffen zitten er in de pil? A. Stukje condoom. B. Pijnstiller. C. hormonen.
Ja, laat me zien. Allemaal C. Is dat goed? Ja. Ik wil graag dat dit bord helemaal vol komt te staan met andere woorden voor vagina. Alles wat je weet. Het mag braaf zijn, wat ze tegen hele kleine kindertjes zeggen, maar het mag ook grof zijn. Dat mag nu even. Andere woorden voor geslachtsgemeenschap en andere woorden voor penis.
She writes down plus, that means what you pee with.
Right, okay. What about the middle ones? Yeah.
No, penis.
Right.
Making love.
Right.
And sex.
And sex.
And the right one, well, lul, it means dick.
Right. Do you think everybody in this group will contribute something? Like they'll all get up at least once? Do they have to, or it's a choice?
I think they're quite enthusiastic doing
They're quite
this.
happy to go
Yes, yeah.
We have a discussion about using appropriate words, and so we decide on a couple of words that you can use. And those words should be clear, that everybody knows what does it mean, and they should not be rude, so people won't get offended by the word.
Anale seks. Nee. Je moet eraf, want dan is het net alsof je het niet meer via de voorkant kan doen.
So she's rubbing off the ones that are not, they've agreed.
Yeah.
If they say it's not suitable, she rubs it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, we talk about some ground rules. The lessons should be fun and safe, and you cannot laugh at someone.
Nog zo'n regel is, als je geen ervaring hebt, dat is helemaal niet belangrijk. Sommigen van jullie zullen met bepaalde dingen ervaring hebben, maar anderen helemaal niet. Maar dat wil niet zeggen dat je niet over dingen mee kan praten. Waar het om gaat is je mening.
Okay, we start off with the first part of the Long Live Love video. It takes about 5 minutes. And in this video there are a group of young people who are actually in a music group. And they have different opinions and feeling about being in love.
Als ik naar hem kijk, zie ik een heel speciaal iemand. Hij is zo lief en vrolijk. Ik kan altijd lachen met hem.
Ik ga voor het trouwen niet met iemand naar bed. Dat vind ik gewoon niet kunnen. Daar ga ik voor.
I asked the children to write it down during the video. What is an opinion that I hear and what is a feeling that I hear?
For the sexually diffident teenager, the lesson offers practical tips.
Once you're in love, the big problem is always how do I approach someone? How do I get their attention? And I ask them, think of as many ways as you can to approach someone.
Als je zeg maar iemand vraagt, dan doe ik meestal wel als je samen met diegene alleen bent. En anders als alle vrienden erbij zijn, zeg maar, ze zeggen dan nee.
Yeah. I do it because this is what happens in students' lives when they are 13 and 14 years old. We can go immediately to sex and condoms and STDs and stuff, but that's going to happen for most of the students in a couple of years. And this is what they're dealing with now.
The students are then invited to read from the magazine some stories about young people in love.
One of the little stories is about a girl named Angela, and she is in love with her best girlfriend. And she struggles with the question, should I tell or should I not tell? And in the classroom we have a discussion about should you tell?
Inga's just brought up the concept of homosexuality, and the class are getting on with an activity about that at the moment. And nobody's really blinked an eye, and I'm not really used to that.
Ja, dan zou ik het wel doen, want je moet gewoon mensen nemen zoals ze zijn.
Lisa?
Ik zou het niet doen.
Niet?
Nee.
Toch niet?
Want je weet nooit of je ze wel 100% kan vertrouwen. Ook kan het nog je beste vriendin zijn.
Okay.
After that I tell them about that I have had contact with the gay society in Groningen. And I have asked some people to come over here and give a guest lesson. Young people who are gay and have experienced coming out of the closet and everything.
In preparation for this visit, students are asked to think up questions they can anonymously post into a box.
Okay, they're okay with it.
Quite comfortable.
Yeah. Okay. This question is how did you get to be gay? How did you get to be gay? How does it happen? And that one is how do gay people make love? Most of them have preconceptions about gay people, and in this lesson the purpose is to think about those, what do you really want to know, and take away the unsafeness of asking someone directly.
For the next activity, the students fill out a questionnaire about going steady.
Girls might assume that they're going steady, and the boy will think, okay, I just had a night of fun. In the discotheque, we kissed a bit, and that was it. And the girl may think, okay, we have a relationship now, and have a set of rules about that in her head. And the main purpose of this is that students see that there are differences in opinion. So talk about this. Make rules for the two of you.
To finish the lesson, Inge gives the students a quiz about having sex for the first time.
Students most of the times have loads of misconceptions about that. And the quiz covers all those.
De eerste keer neuken doet bij een meisje altijd pijn. Oké, nou, de mensen met de groene kaarten, die mogen gaan zitten. Het doet namelijk niet bij iedereen pijn de eerste keer. Want als een meisje zich goed op de gemak voelt en er echt zin in heeft, zeg maar, dan gaat het al een stuk makkelijker. En als die jongen dan ook nog een beetje rekening ermee houdt en niet als een gek tekeer gaat, maar een beetje voorzichtig doet, dan hoeft dat helemaal niet zeer te doen. Ja? Ga naar vraag 2. De eerste keer is de mooiste ervaring van je leven. Nee, dus vaak een hoop geklungel en gedoe en zo. Hoe vaker je oefent, hoe beter je wordt. Prima. Je hebt het allebei fout.
And the last girl or boy who is standing wins the quiz.
Yes! The lesson's just finished and I'm intrigued at how comfortable the students and the teacher are with a range of language. For example, I've been criticised about using the words anal sex, and yet they've used words like hymen and all sorts of words to do with pleasure and penetration today that at home we really wouldn't feel comfortable with. There seems to be a much bigger distance at home between the teacher and the students and the words that we use.
How confident do you feel talking in class today?
Ja, als je nou alleen als enige wat over moest zeggen, dan vond ik het wel raar, maar iedereen heeft het erover.
Ja, omdat er thuis niet wordt over gesproken met mensen in Engeland, omdat ze dat net zelf ook zei.
So you think the key thing is your parents talking about sex with you from a young age, and that's a big difference?
Yeah.
Have you had any difficult conversations, or have you wanted to ask your parents something but not been able to?
Als je problemen hebt of zo, kun je er dus met jou over praten.
In England, people your age may find it very difficult to talk about sex. They get embarrassed and feel uneasy talking about things to do with sex. And you seem much more confident and relaxed. Can you think of any reasons why that might be?
Omdat er thuis niet wordt over gesproken met mensen in Engeland, omdat ze dat net zelf ook zei.
So, I've come to the end of my time here in the Netherlands. What I've found is the resources are very similar to ones I'd find at home. But teachers here are handed training and lesson plans pretty much on a plate. What I feel is at the core of the issue is the confidence of young people. Talking about sex and relationships is very much normal for them. This may be down to good teaching, but it's probably more to do with what goes on outside the classroom than from within.
It's fun, it's playful, and they love it. They love the subject, they're very interested. And that's why it's very successful for me and my students.